Hi everyone, this is Kalies von Kreatives Leben, and today I wanted to play with stencils. But you're not seeing me play with stencil right now. I'm using some stone paper. If you don't know stone paper, it's paper based on stone, obviously. It's not made out of pulp or of cellulose, but it's made out of very thinly grained stone, and then yeah, it's put into paper. And it's quite a weird kind of paper because it doesn't absorb paint very well. So that's why I started with this. I put it aside and let it to dry. You can't really use it, for example, for watercolors, but it's for acrylics. It's great because the paper doesn't warp. It's perfectly flat. So if you want to stamp on it, it's a great paper. So here I go, and I'm using again my Delusion, my Black Delusion journal, because I love the black. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to play around with some very subtle tones. I didn't want to have it very loud, which might surprise you. I wanted to have some very soft colors. So here I know it looks much brighter than it actually is. It's a translucent turquoise, and it's wonderful because it's shimmery and this, by the way, is one of my favorite stencils. It's a great stencil. I could use it everywhere, and I love the the background it creates, and why I chose my stencils, by the way, is because I wanted to play around. So it's not to leave it as is, but I love the background it creates for me, and then I can play around. I can doodle. Of course, I can doodle without anything, but I feel that if I have already a stencil, it makes it easier for me to doodle. And here I'm not starting with some doodling, but this is why I love this stencil, is because I can then go in, and this is my gold from Golden heavy body paint. It's a great, great, great color. I'm going to repeat myself, one of my favorite color right now. And I love what it does now. You know, it creates like a wonderful pattern. I really love this pattern. And this is the start of my doodling, but I'm going to use, so I'm going I'm going to first to fill out the black lines in this stencil form, in this pattern, and then I'm going to take some my Sharpie pen, I think, and I'm with white, and I'm going to, just doodle around whatever comes into my mind. With backgrounds, don't think too much. It's all about the fun. It's about the creativity of it. It's about, um, discovering the background spontaneously, basically. So here I was saying my Sharpie pen, but I think this is one of my many white pens that don't work. So this is why this weekend I got rid of all my old pens. I have so many pens, and I I always want to keep them because I feel that, I don't know, I feel that maybe tomorrow they will work if they don't work today. I don't know. I'm stupid with this. So here it's an edding. The edding is fine, but this weekend while I was going through all my pens and throwing the ones away that aren't working properly anymore, I just put an edding white next to a Posca white, and I know which is my favorite right now. It's definitely a Posca. The Posca white is crisp. It remains white, whereas the edding is okay. You can see it pops. It's good white, but it's not as good as my Posca white. But you probably only can see it when you compare and put them both next to each other. If you look at it like that, it's wonderful. So here I'm having fun and doodling away, and I'm just telling you I'm going to cut some of it away, of course. But basically I'm doodling, and I'm going to get rid of it later on, I can tell you. So, but it's part of the fun. I didn't know exactly where I was going to put my little main focal point, and I thought maybe I would see more of it afterwards. But that's it. So what you didn't see me do is I went through all the stencils, and I doodled with my white pen, and now I have taken my Wink Stella gold pen, which is also one of my favorite right now, because I love everything that is glittery and golden and whatever. So I'm using also this to do some doodling. And if you're scared of doodles, for me it's very easy. I mean, my doodles are very easy. I love using stencils because it creates already parts of your stencils, your doodling, sorry. And then I do dots, I do little rounds, I do lines and crosses. And maybe some stars. That's about it. It doesn't need to be very complex. You don't need, I mean, there are great doodlers out there. I'm not one of them. I'm just a regular doodler. I have fun doing it. I do it because I have fun. All the rest just appears. So I had finished my background. So now my stone paper painting, and actually I say now, but I actually had to wait for it to be done. And I wouldn't use my heat gun when you use your stone paper because it has some plastic in it. And so I took a stamp. It's a bicycle, obviously, with my stays on, and then I cut it out. I spare you this, you know how to cut out. And then I went back with my Reflex Pink, one of my all-time favorites right now. I've been using a lot of my favorites right now, as you can see. And I want my little bicycle to pop. So I'm using my pink, I'm using my gold, and I will be using some neon green as well, some craft paint, so nothing fancy, but something that pops. That's all I wanted. So you can see it here. I looked at two different greens, but at the end I chose the neon green because, yeah, the other green wasn't popping enough. At least that's the way I saw it. So I'm going in, making sure I have also little leaves everywhere. It's a wonderful bicycle. It's very romantic, if I may say so. Yes, very romantic. And once I'm done, and you can see it probably for yourself as well, this little bicycle is fine. And despite the fact that the paper is very even, very flat, my stamping is not perfect. I probably missed out on some places, but it doesn't really matter because I'm painting on top of everything and I know where to find the stuff. It's just the wheels that I felt weren't showing well enough for my taste. So I'm taking some transparent purple, because I wanted something transparent because I wanted my background still to be visible somehow. Um, and yeah, and also I wanted it to pop a little bit. I wanted color, as you will have guessed again. And yeah, you look how I think it looks quite nice. I really like my little bicycle. So here, yeah, I think I'm more or less done. If I recall, I've taken all the colors I wanted, and now I'm going to put it on top of my background. So here is my background, and you see immediately what happens. My background is far too loud for my little bicycle. So this is where I'm telling you that my background is going to disappear. And it's not completely disappearing. So I'm taking my oil stick. It's not oil pastel, it's an oil stick. And it's actually oil paint in a stick. And the advantage is because it's oil, it's very creamy and it remains wet. You can move it around for quite a long time because it's oil, and you can put it on very thinly. So if you would do the same. You can do it also with acrylic paint, but the problem with acrylic paint, it dries too fast and then it can't move. So I did this. I was very happy, but something was missing. So I decided to add some words, or one word actually, and it looked like my bicycle was flying. So I know it doesn't make sense. I know bicycles don't fly, but it felt very freeing to use this bicycle. It looked like a cloud. So that's why I felt that flying would go well. And then I found that it was too bold, too not thin enough, so I cut it out again. I'm not sparing you this, but it's not going to take long, so I hope you're okay with this. And now I'm putting some more oil paint. That's much better. Now I'm putting down my little bike with some regular glue, and now it looks much better. I like the way my little bicycle is almost flying, and I wanted to put something on at the bottom, so I took my Intense pen, but because this is oil, it didn't go well, so I'm taking out my Pitt pen, and this is really, really great. That's also something I've learned today. Look, it's like three-dimensional. So I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please give me your thumbs up. And if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe my channel. And I'm looking forward to seeing you again next Friday. Goodbye.